And welcome to another episode of Government and Public Service Reports on Atlantic Television Network of Port Harcourt. News, events and stories abound in the state system. ATN appetite for in-depth, unbiased and factual reportage is the driving principle for this program in other activities to the doorstep of the people. Let's go through the highlights of today's report. Nigerian Air Force destroys 12 human lives and health as well as the environment. Be that as it may, armed reconnaissance missions as well as destruction of illegal refining sites will continue unabated until crude oil theft and other forms of economic sabotage are reduced to the barest minimum, he said. Analysts have described the actions of Rivers State government as a political suicide over the continued leadership with caretaker committees in local government areas. Speaking on Atlantic Television Network's program Open Air, a political analyst, Asim Adams, accused the Rivers State government of leading against the rule of law.
What is happening in Rivers State is like what the Japanese, describe as harakiri, committing, suicide, political suicide, and dismembering the Constitution of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. This is a state that there is implicit executive interference in all the other arms of government, be it the legislature, be it the judicature. For instance, in the legislature,
Asim Adams frowned against judicial misinterpretation and recklessness by members of assembly in support of Governor Fubara.
On record that four members, are deliberating on issues of the state in the House of Assembly, just like that. Thereby disenfranchising the other 28 or 27 members of the House of Assembly. Now, when
This is coming after former local government chairmen in Rivers State have threatened to resume office in the councils if the state governor, Siminalayi Fubara, refuses to obey the recent Supreme Court judgment outlawing the use of care. Moving on to other stories, Nigerian Navy outpost Koluama has given free medical services to over 1,000 residents of the Koluama 2 community in southern Niger local government area of Bayelsa State. The commanding officer, Naval Outpost Koluama 2, Stephen Agwai, said during the exercise on Saturday that the essence of the free medical service was to promote cooperation with the host community. The medical services included checkups, consultations, health education, distribution of insecticide-treated nets and medications, amongst others. Agwai said that the exercise will impact the community positively and further help in reducing the health challenges of the indigenes. He said the outbreak was part of the Navy's corporate social responsibility to the people as a host community that had accommodated it to ensure it performed this constitutional role. He urged the residents to take full advantage of the opportunity, saying that they should take health matters seriously by seeking medical care. The commanding officer commended and expressed gratitude to the medical personnel and volunteers for their dedication to making the event possible. He said that your selfless service embodies the spirit of the Nigerian Navy, and your contributions will leave a lasting impact on the life of those we serve. The Secretary, Council of Chiefs, Koluama 2 Community, J.A. Ekubo commended the Nigerian Navy for the free medical services brought to the community. Ekubo said it was the second time the Navy was doing such free medical outreach, explaining that we are fishermen. Most of us don't know our health status. This has given us a great opportunity. One of the beneficiaries, Ebi Tebowe, commended the Navy for choosing their community for the free medical services. Tebowe said that he was tested and administered free medication and that he never knew he had high blood pressure and low sugar level. Analysts say that the September 1st gubernatorial elections in Edo State may play out as a do-or-die affair among desperate politicians. Speaking on Atlantic Television Network's program, Open Air, a political analyst, Asim Adams Esquire, says that the recent political rift in Edo State is a clear indication of violence ahead of the elections.
But I have siblings, I have kids and kin, I have friends, and the report emanating from Edo State is that it's going to be like a do-or-die affair, as the case may be. So when they pretend to say, yes, I know that the law says that the police must...
Asim Adams stressed on the need for INEC and relevant security agencies to be proactive to crime.
You know, chairman or the REC in the state to give security report. But with security report that you find and the rest of them that have been accused by the governor and other party members of PDP that they are recruiting thugs and they are buying so that particular September 21st, you know, same way that the APC.
This is coming after the Independent National Electoral Commission on Monday commenced the continuous voter registration exercise in Edo State. And the exercise is meant to capture would-be voters yet to register ahead of the governorship elections in Edo on September 21st. Imo State Commissioner of Police Aboki Danjuma has warned residents against any form of violence that has assured that residents will continue to enjoy their continued safety. He said that the command, in synergy with other security agencies that are poised to vehemently resist any of truncating the existing peace in the state. Danjuma gave the assurance while speaking with journalists on Sunday and reacting to an order declared by the self-acclaimed Biafran leader Simon Ekpa for a 5-day sit-at-home across the southeast states, beginning from July the 29th to August the 2nd. The commissioner insisted that the command under his watch would continue to remain committed to ensuring that adequate security of lives and properties of the citizens and residents alike in the state is guaranteed, adding that security and overall development of the state and nation is a collective responsibility of every citizen. Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke has invited representatives of civil society groups and student bodies for a dialogue session. A statement by the spokesperson for the governor, Olawale Rashid, in Oshobo on Sunday described the meeting as a comprehensive dialogue with organizers of the upcoming national protest alongside stakeholders from the security and civil societies. Rashid said that the governor has instructed his team members to reach out to representatives of various civil society groups and student bodies for a dialogue session on the state of the economy, and further requested key commanders of the police and other security services to attend the session, adding that stakeholders will be grievances and expected responses from the government at all levels. Reaffirming his belief in the rights and liberties enshrined in the Constitution, The governor stressed the need for peace and non-violent actions, including the dialogue session stated for Monday. Ogun State Police commanders arrested the 24 woman identified as Yetunde Badebo for attempting to sell her 3-year-old daughter on Aladiye Street in Shagamu. A correspondent gathered on Sunday that the incident occurred at about 1 a.m. on July 25, 2024. Press learned from a police source at the command that the suspect was caught while negotiating a 700,000 naira price for a toddler with a 38-year-old man identified as Sunday None. A team of police detectives from the Shagamu division stormed the area after a resident reported witnessing the deal during the negotiation. During interrogation, the spokesperson for the command, Molola Odutola, stated that the Badebo denied the allegations while None had confessed to the crime. She said that the woman was about to sell her 3-year-old daughter to another. A resident who saw the two suspects negotiating the price approached us what she saw. The Shagamu Police Division detached a team of detectives who stormed the scene and arrested the two suspects. The man has confessed to the crime. The case will be transferred to the State Criminal Investigation Department as soon as preliminary findings are concluded. In January, reported that a similar incident in which a 38-year-old woman identified as Chinyere Chukwu was arrested in Anambra State for attempting to sell her two sons, aged 9 and 7. The suspect allegedly conspired with her eldest daughter, Joy Chukwu, 17 years of age, to sell the minors to Mrs. Ife Obinabo, the Anambra State Women and Social Welfare Commissioner, who posed as a buyer after receiving a tip-off. And in other news, Lagos State government has clarified that it did not revoke all existing building permits, contrary to some. Instead, the government explained it had opened the window from May the 2nd to July the 30th, 2024, allowing property owners to obtain or perfect their planning permits without the usual statutory penalties. A statement by the Director of Public Affairs, Lagos State Building Control Agency, Oloye Olusegun, said that the clarification became necessary following a misleading headline report in an online news medium, stating that the Lagos State government revoked all existing building permits. He asserted that the revalidation was to allow the agency to conduct a proper audit and authentication of all professionals who would be engaged in building construction, adding that the special advisor further directed that property owners and developers should revalidate all letters of authorization to commence building construction issued to them. The Lagos State government had extended the period of amnesty for owners and developers of existing buildings without planning approvals in the state by 3 months. Lagos State Task Force said its officials arrested 124 suspects during the multiple raids of criminal hideouts across the state as part of efforts to restore sanity across the state. The raid, according to a statement made available to correspondents on Sunday by the Director of Press and Public Relations and Public Affairs of the agency, Badeyon Abdul Rahim, was carried out on Saturday midnight and was led by the agency's chairman, CSP Adetayo Akerele. Abdul Rahim noted that the raided spots, which were notorious for drug peddling, hooliganism, and street trading, amongst others, included Akinlanle Market and Nerdsea Streets by Africa Shrine in the Agidingbi area of Ikeja, Lagos State. He added that the arrested suspects were screened and those with genuine businesses were released, while others who appeared suspicious would be made to face the trial. According to the spokesperson, Akerele, while reacting to the exercise, noted that it would be continuous effort to rid the state of criminal elements. Akerele was told activities of these suspected criminals at Amin Kanle area of Bado Fele Road by Africa Shrine and Nursery Street, especially at night, are dangerous to humanity at all levels. They sell drugs indiscriminately, which is counterproductive to the society, and they also contribute immensely to the traffic build-up on adjoining roads at night when workers who have spent all day at work still have to spend hours to get home. It is unfair to residents of the area, and we will ensure that it is completely stamped out. The chairman, however, urged the public to provide the agency with useful information about black spots in the state in the interest of the public. He urged residents who have useful tips, who had any useful information on environmental infractions to contact the agency through the social media handles or come forth with them to the headquarters at Bolade, the statement concluded. Press reported on July the 16th that motorists in Lagos State were flown into a panicky wood over fears of enforcement of the ban on commercial yellow vehicles, popularly called Danfo and Korope, after some officials of the Lagos Task Force seized some commercial vehicles in the Lake Ikeja area of the state. While reacting to the concern of the motorists, the agency said that the exercise was a routine activity to curb the excesses of commercial drivers causing traffic on Lagos roads. Our correspondent, who monitored activities around the Ikeja underbridge area, had observed that the task force officials dislodged traders who were trading close to the bus stops, while vehicles alleged to be obstructing traffic were seized. Lagos State Law Enforcement Training Institute, LETI, at the weekend began mandatory training for about 5,000 law enforcement officers to enhance professionalism, efficiency, and public service delivery in the state's law enforcement landscape. The training, which includes officers from the Lagos State Traffic Management Agency, LASMA, Kick Against Indiscipline, Central Business District, Lagos State Neighborhood Safety Corps, and Vehicle Inspection Services, will last for 6 weeks at the Ikeja Grammar School, Bolade, Oshodi, addressing the first batch of trainees comprising 450 participants. The Chief Executive Officer and the head of LETI, Mrs. Abiola Adeyinka, stressed the importance of continuous professional development for law enforcement officers. She said that the topics the trainees will be exposed to include human rights and law enforcement, traffic management and control, public order management, conflict resolution and de-escalation, modern policing techniques, community engagement, and public relations, interpersonal relations. Adeyinka elaborated on the state's commitment to maintaining high standard, noting that the comprehensive curriculum was designed to equip officers with the tools needed to meet the evolving demands of their roles. Amazing Cool Gadgets, the commander of the Institute, Olayemi Ebiti, said that the state government was recording improvements in the conduct and comportment of law enforcement officers across ministries, departments, and agencies. Operatives of the Nigeria National Drug Law Enforcement Agency have recovered parcels of cocaine weighing 1.20 kilograms from a Spanish-based businessman, Francis Akajobi, at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos State. Akajobi, a 50-year-old man, has concealed the cocaine in the shoes of a pair of black sandals he was wearing while attempting to board a flight to Madrid. A statement by the agency's spokesperson, Babafemi. On Sunday, he said Akajobi confessed that he was to deliver the cocaine to his friend and neighbor for £5,000. For 5,000 euros. Babafemi also said that one Makinde Lekon was arrested in connection with 99 parcels of Canadian loud weighing 51.60 kg, which arrived from Canada. He said that in the same vein, a suspect, Makinde S. Lekon, who has been arrested in connection with the seizure of 99 parcels of Canadian loud, a synthetic strain of cannabis weighing 51.60 kg that arrived at the Saco Imports shed. Off the Lagos airport on a Turkish Airlines flight from Canada via Istanbul, Turkey. Babafemi noted that the NDLA apprehended a Lagos-Ghana tramadol syndicate kingpin, Chukwuemeka Obodozie, in Lagos with 100,000 tablets of 225 milligrams tramadol. In Osun State, Babafemi said 17 suspects were arrested in a forest in the Oriade local government area. He added that 31,250 kilograms of cannabis on 12.5 hectares of farmland were destroyed, amongst others. Babafemi said that no fewer than 17 suspects were arrested on Friday, July the 26th. When the NDLEA operatives raided the Owena forest in Oriade local government area of Osun State, where they destroyed 31,250 kilograms of cannabis on 12.5 hectares of farmland, while 84 kilograms of processed cannabis sativa was recovered along with a single barrel Dane gun. Those arrested include Peter Osuya, 51 years, Zebron Ode, 46 years, Dogo Ruben Matthew, 35 years, Isaac Tema, Joseph David Lawrence, 27 years, Ugochukwu Victory, 24 years, Olamilekon Abolare, 26 years, Dele Ayibo, 44 years, Ojo Moses, 21, Nini Ayila, 27, Nsuhwe Clement, 23, Chuks Ogeneku, 40, Dada Ariba, 20, Uche Endurance, 30, Patrick Abba, 21, Osakwe Kennedy, 45, and Ojo Babatunde, 29. Babafemi stated that the NDLEA operatives intercepted a bandit supplier in Kaduna and said that in Kaduna State that the NDLEA operatives on a stop-and-search patrol along the Kaduna-Zaria highway on Saturday, July the 27th, intercepted a 32-year-old lady, Ubiada Aliyu, in possession of 573 rounds of 7.60 live ammunition, which she claimed she was attempting to deliver to bandits in Sokoto, while the suspect, Godwin Udochukwu, 35 years, was arrested in connection with the seizure of 25,000 ampoules of pentazocine injection by the NDLA operatives on patrol around the Kaduna-Zaria borders. Another suspect, Al-Qasim Mikali, 35 years of age, was nabbed in Kano on a follow-up operations following the seizure of 37,880 ampoules of diazepam injection along the Abuja-Kaduna highway. Babafemi noted that the Abioye, Adeniyi, and Rafiu Lekon were arrested with 55 jumbo wraps of Ghana loud at Oloko along the Badagry-Seme border, Lagos State, on July the 26th. He said Samson Ifeanyi Egutohi, 30 years of age, was nabbed the same day by officers on patrol along the Okene-Lokoja Abuja expressway with 20 blocks of compressed cannabis sativa that weighed 10.50 kilograms, while in Bauchi State, the two suspects, Suleiman Yahaya, 50 years, and Ibrahim Bello, aka Special, 35 years, were on Thursday, July the 25th, with 315 blocks of cannabis sativa weighing 204,750 kilograms along Maiduguri Bypass, Bauchi Town, Babafemi stated. Niger State chapter of the Christian Association of Nigeria is appealing to Christians not to join the proposed nationwide hunger protest billed for 1st to 10th August 2024, saying violence cannot yield positive results. The state's CAN chairman, Most Reverend Dr. Bulus Daua Yohana, in a statement in Mina, described peace as an ongoing and dynamic process that demands perpetual attention and constant efforts to aim and maintain. The cleric, who is also the Catholic Bishop of Kontagora Diocese, called on President Bola Tinubu to, apart from the palliative, work on price control for goods and services, address rising cost of living, and also reduce the price of fuel. He called on church leaders, local government coordinators, and parents to admonish their members and children, charging them to remember the book of Romans 13:1-3, which says that Christians should not rebel against the constituted authority, adding that major stakeholders in Niger Delta have agreed not to join the protest. Especially as Governor Umaru Bago has slashed the prices of grains and has promised to ameliorate the sufferings of the people. In the same vein, he urged governments at all levels to do all they can to shun ethnic and religious division. And viewers, you are watching Government and Public Service Reports on Atlantic Television Network, right here in the city of Port Harcourt. We'll be back shortly after this break. Please stay tuned.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing. You human trafficker.
Honorable they are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
Welcome back to Government and Public Service Reports on Atlantic Television Network. And now to the rest of our stories. Nigerian Police Force has explained the reasons why details of the organizers for the proposed nationwide protest were requested. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, had on Friday directed the protest organizers to submit their details, proposed routes, and assembly points to the commissioners of police in their respective states, and the organizers of the protest disagreed with the IG and accused him of trying to rewrite the constitution. One of the organizers, Deji Adeyanju, said that there was no provision in the constitution to support the request made by the inspector. but has rather at every point emphasized the right is to peaceful assembly and expression, while maintaining that the police holds the responsibility to ensure that any activity, including protests, does not pose a threat to national security. Adejobi urged the activists and other organizers not to mislead Nigerians and called on them to join hands in working together to uphold security and well-being of our nation. Federal government and the United States of America have signed a memorandum of understanding on commercial and investment partnership, marking a significant step in strengthening their economic ties. A statement by the ministry said that the agreement was signed on the sidelines of the 2024 AGOA Forum held in Washington, D.C. by the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Dr. Doris Uzoka Anite, and the U.S. Secretary of Commerce, Gina Raimondo. It said that the MOU aims to deepen the bilateral commercial and investment ties between both nations through collaboration to enhance the business environment and facilitate private sector-led trade and investment projects, amongst others, adding that the agreement focuses on key economic sectors, including infrastructure, agriculture, sports, and the digital and creative economy, as well as cross-cutting areas such as investment promotion and regulatory reforms. It also establishes a framework for regular consultation at various levels, including business to government, government to government, and business to business engagement, while in addition to the MOU, both countries agreed on new avenues of commercial cooperation and affirming shared priorities on the digital economy, demonstrating a comprehensive approach to enhancing bilateral economic relations. On her part, the United States Secretary of Commerce stressed the importance of the partnership, saying that with the largest population and largest democracy in Africa, Nigeria is an essential partner for the United States, adding that they are committed to working hand in hand with our Nigerian government colleagues to foster deeper commercial cooperation that helps promote inclusive economic growth, fosters innovation, and creates jobs in both our countries. Central Bank of Nigeria has clarified that only accounts that have been inactive for over 10 years are eligible to be classified as dormant and will be used for investment purposes. It also stated that a dedicated office will be created to manage dormant accounts and unclaimed balances. The Apex Bank disclosed this in a recently issued document titled Frequently Asked Questions, Guidelines on Dormant Accounts and Unclaimed Balances, July 25, 2024, posted on its website. The guidelines management of dormant accounts, unclaimed balances, and other financial assets in banks and other financial institutions in Nigeria is a policy issued by the CBN that seeks to operationalize Section 72 of the Banks and Other Financial Institutions Act 2020 and standardize the management of dormant accounts and unclaimed balances. The CBN had earlier disclosed that it might invest funds from dormant accounts, unclaimed balances in Nigerian treasury bills, and other government securities. According to the Apex Bank, it will manage these funds in trust, refunding the principal and any accrued interest to beneficiaries within 10 working days of receiving reclaim requests from the financial institution. It stated that dormant accounts are accounts that have been inactive for more than 10 years. Eligible accounts are dormant accounts balances that have remained with the FIs for 10 years or more. These eligible accounts include current, savings, term deposits in local currency, domiciliary accounts, deposits for shares and mutual investments, prepaid card accounts and wallets, government-owned accounts, and others are specified in the guidelines by the CBN. The CBN also noted that the financial institutions were required to notify customers immediately and every quarter when their accounts become inactive or dormant. Frequently asked questions document read that the CBN shall establish a dedicated office for this purpose, and the office will be supervised by a management committee. The interest payable shall be at a rate to be determined by the CBN from time to time. For non-interest banks, the profit and loss on the unclaimed balances shall be determined by the CBN from time to time. The CBN will refund the principal and any interest on the invested funds to the beneficiaries within 10 working days of receiving a reclaim request from the FI. According to the new guidelines, the CBN will create and manage a dedicated account called the Unclaimed Balances Trust Fund Pool Account to warehouse unclaimed balances. The guidelines specify that eligible accounts for dormant status include current, savings, term deposits in local currency, domiciliary accounts, deposits for shares and mutual investments, prepaid card accounts and wallets and government-owned accounts. Reactivating a dormant account involves account owners completing a reactivation form at their respective financial institutions, providing evidence of ownership and valid identification. However, some accounts are exempt from being considered dormant, such as accounts subject to litigation, judgment debts under active court cases, accounts under regulatory investigation, encumbered accounts like collaterals and liens. Justifying this policy, the CBN Governor Yemi Cardoso said that the dormant accounts in Nigeria are more susceptible to fraud, and the reason for the Apex Bank's latest policy is for the safekeeping of the funds in dormant accounts. Telecommunications companies in Nigeria have commenced the final phase of disconnecting subscriber identity model numbers, telephone lines, and not linked to the Nigeria national identification numbers. Two senior officials from the telcos who are not in a position to speak publicly on the matter confirmed this development to press on Sunday. The disconnection was initially scheduled for April the 15th, 2024, but the Nigeria Communications Commission postponed it to July the 31st, 2024, after carefully considering the various challenges encountered by subscribers and requests for extensions. This is not only about MTN, it's an industry issue. The Association of Licensed Telecoms Operators of Nigeria will soon release a statement that will be shared very soon, one of the officials said. The other source said that the directive was from the NCC, the industry regulator, emphasizing that numerous channels have been provided to simplify the process for subscribers. Subscribers are our customers and we cannot disconnect people's lines. It's important that these subscribers comply to link their lines with the NIN, the official stated. The president of the National Association of Telecommunications Subscribers, Adeolu Ogubanjo, was not available for comments after several calls. Transitioning to a green economy has been identified as one of the avenues for diversifying Nigeria's economic base, job creation, reducing dependence on fossil fuels, and enhancing resilience amongst and against global oil price volatility. The Director General of Securities and Exchange Commissions, Dr. Emomotimi Agama, stated this while speaking as the guest speaker at the summit in Lagos this weekend. Dr. Agama emphasized the importance of embracing green economy as a solution to the diverse problems facing Nigeria and stressed that both the government and the private sector must adopt this approach. According to him, the green economy presents opportunities for job creation, particularly in renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, and green technology. The International Renewable Energy Agency estimates that renewable energy could create up to 52,000 direct and indirect jobs in Nigeria by 2030. This shift can stimulate innovation, fostering new industries and business models that contribute to economic growth. Green economy policies can improve public health by reducing pollution and promoting cleaner technologies. According to the World Health Organization, air pollution causes an estimated 29,000 premature deaths annually in Nigeria. Additionally, sustainable practices can enhance the quality of life for communities, ensuring equitable access to resources and opportunities. The SEC DG urged Nigerians to take a keen interest in issues related to climate change, which affects all aspects of life, pointing out that each of Nigeria's 6 geopolitical zones faces unique climate challenges, necessitating tailored policies and strategies to develop a sustainable green economy. The backbone of our efforts must be the development of robust policies and strategies. The green economy resonates with nature and Nigeria, and with its diverse landscapes from deserts to marine environments, is uniquely positioned to head in this area, he stated. Pronta off. Gama expressed concern over Nigeria's historic neglect of an economy that could sustain its natural resources, leading to widespread poverty, stating that the foundational issues need to be addressed through a green economy, focusing on reducing carbon emissions and preserving biodiversity. He noted that the significant impact of environmental degradation on public health and local industries, such as the fishing sector, which now relies heavily on frozen fish due to pollution, and pointed out that the paradox of Nigeria's suffering amid abundant natural resources. He urged the country to harness its opportunities, such as turning waste materials into valuable products, as transitioning from an oil and gas dependent economy to a green economy, he argued, would enhance resilience against global oil price volatility and reduce environmental impact. The SEC boss disclosed that the Green Bond Initiative seeks to mobilize capital for projects that have positive environmental and climate benefits, adding that by issuing green bonds, Nigeria aims to finance renewable energy, energy efficiency, and sustainable infrastructure projects. This initiative is expected to attract both local and international investors committed to sustainable development. Dr. Agama called for public-private partnerships to achieve a green economy, stressing that the government cannot do it alone, and encourage Nigerians to pursue education and careers in renewable energy and green technology. Embracing green finance remains a critical approach to addressing these challenges. Consequently, it's crucial to involve key stakeholders in conversations that promote green finance. We are at pivotal moments where we can shape the future of our investment aligned with environmental, social, and governance principles. Transitioning to a green economy is crucial for the sustainable development of Nigeria. To encourage investments in renewable energy, the government offers various incentives such as feed-in tariffs, tax credits, and grants. These incentives are designed to attract both domestic and international investors and accelerate the deployment of renewable energy technologies, he further stated. He would continue to support and champion efforts to deliver coordinated and coherent policy advice, capacity building, and regulatory support to leverage actions across a broad spectrum of sectors to build momentum for a green economy, which could bring socially inclusive and environmentally sound economic transformation. And viewers, this is where we wrap it up on this edition of Government and Public Service Reports on Atlantic Television Network right here in the city of Port Harcourt. I am Raymond Ken Mbata. Stay connected on our ATN socials, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, on X, formerly Twitter, Atlantic TV Net, or watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. Peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
You human trafficker.
Honorable they are helping our cause. They made up their
Agreement with the EU, but